One of the first things I want to do to the truck is I want to replace this old ag receiver. Since we're going to be keeping it, I want to maybe till some things with it. So we've got this big old ag hitch that we've got to get off of here. And that's first things first. And then we're going to try and find a replacement receiver to replace it with. So one of the first things we got to do is get rid of this. Great for towing wagons, not so great for towing trailers and bikes and stuff like that. So it looks like we got 4 bolts to deal with to get this thing out of here. Then we've got to go to the junkyard and try and find a replacement regular 2-inch receiver. We're out here at the wrecking yard and in search of some parts for farm truck. I did manage to find a hitch, and it was buried in the ground, so that was super fun to remove, but I think it should fit. It's off a 2500 HD. Other than that, I am striking out on any other parts. This isn't quite like your typical wrecking yard. Nothing's on blocks, nothing's jacked up, so you just get to sit and suffer. But did manage to find what we were looking for, so let's head back to the shop and get this paid for. All right, back from the junkyard, and we've got our hitch. Hopefully this is gonna fit. It came off a 2500 HD. It's an aftermarket Reese, not in too bad a shape. 50 bucks in, so that's $50 added to the total. Actually 53 and some change, 53.50. So we'll have to add that to our running total for the truck, but let's go ahead and get this slapped on. Okay, first things first. I want to try and get these bolts taken out first, because they sit on the top, so all the rain and all the weather has been just seizing those threads. I'm assuming probably stuck shut. I put some PB Blaster on this about 2 days ago. Might have to do it again, but I feel like once I can get these loose at least, I should be able to get the rest. So let's go ahead and break out the gun and start on this one. Okay, so apparently to access these threads, I don't know if you can see that or not, I'm gonna try and back it up here. We're gonna have to remove this rod that secures these flaps to get to these bolts. Joy of joy. Okay, let's go get a pair of pliers. All right, after wrestling with it for a few minutes, it's out. And of course it broke, but I don't care. I'm not putting it back in. Pull this rod. All right, push those out. Don't need those anymore. Yay. All right. Now, the fun stuff. Let's go get the bolts out of this thing. The nuts came off using a 24 mil, but it's not any looser. I think I'm gonna try and take the bracket ones off now and see what happens. Come back to this, I guess. Oh boy. After much persuasion, a little swearing, and a lot of crap in my eyes. Safety squints didn't really help with this one. Bolts are out, but it is still up there. God and gravity are not doing anything. Look at all that rust. So, time to break out the persuader. When in doubt,
minutes later. Much later. Much later.
What the hell is holding that on? Ow, ow, ow. Holy let me get back to you on this.
Several months later.
Okay, oh my god. This is our disaster zone. You can see all the different tools we brought out, big bars. And a culprit was these sleeves. This is basically welded itself to the bolt. It's supposed to come off like that. So there was some gouging done to the bottom of the bumper, but luckily we bought that Reese hitch so I don't have to worry about bolting to the front. So hopefully it all goes back together okay, but I gotta clean all this stuff up first. All right, you joined me underneath the truck, and in order to install that hitch, we had to take that bolt out, which I have lubed up. Hopefully it will thread back in okay. And then we're going to have one bolt right there. So trick is now to balance it on my head and get these at least started to get this hitch up. I think it's just 4 bolts that holds this Reese hitch in. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna drop the phone so I can put this thing in. Cool. All right, just like that. All 4 bolts, just like the ones at the wrecking yard, are back in. She's cinched down. Beauty cover's back on. We have a receiver. We tugged on it. It's not going anywhere. Perfect. All right. Now, looks like a regular pickup now. No more ag hitch. Gosh. Tell you what. Even if we don't tow anything, it's probably worth it. Makes it look a little more pedestrian now. Perfect. Got the V5, so that means she is rated to haul whatever we want now. All right, well, that was a lot more work than I anticipated. I am much dirtier than I thought I would be, and about 3 hours later, a 25-minute job is done, as always. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Can't wait to see you guys on whatever we tackle next on the farm truck. But until then, take it easy. I'm gonna get ready to hit the road. See you guys out there. Take care.